So here we are again, 1 month on. It's a funny one. So I think in my last video I said about moving, you know, leaving that up to the universe, and I am actually moving. That's the good news, I suppose. The property is lined up. It's going to take a couple of weeks, I believe, before it's ready, but I'm very excited to move. Just because my neighbour, like, I kind of half joked in the last video that he builds furniture every single day, but it very much feels like that. So I chucked myself in because I had migraine last few days. That's just purely because I'm glued to my laptop like 24/7, which is bad, but business and all that thing. So, but yeah, so I think it was Friday. I had to kind of cancel a client day, and I was kind of sat there, and all of a sudden there was just banging, and I was like, I can't cope with this. So I booked a hotel, and I was like just packing my bags, like trying to hold my head up. So this is day 2, I think, and I check out tomorrow, which, you know, I'm looking forward to making the most of the bath again. But yeah, just an update. So I won't be doing like a rant video just because I haven't got the energy, to be honest, and it's the same old thing. It's almost like that thing of like hitting your head against the wall. That's how I feel with things. So I can kind of give all this advice and tips and tricks and everything else, and it's really down to people on how they choose to use it or don't use it, you know. So I don't want to just waste my energy. I wish people well in life. I've given it as much as I can give, I think, in terms of like tips and things, until I learn something new and pass that on. But at the minute there's nothing new to kind of pass on to people. So a little bit of an update. If you do follow the channel, you might have seen like I'm doing a few kind of shorts, almost like a series, I guess, and it's her day whatever of trying to secure a literary agent. So I do write better than I speak, believe it or not. Sometimes I can't get the words out. I stutter and all sorts, but I'm blaming my migraine, conveniently. I'm kind of doing that. I was dubious about kind of giving the title and like the basic premise of the story. I was kind of a bit dubious about putting that out, but I think, you know, I've got to kind of start and just start sharing it, and if people steal it, fuck it. You know. That's it. So a bit of context. So it's called Between Two Wars. It's a period drama. It is a lesbian love story, period drama set between the First World War and the Second World War. It starts in 1926 or 27. I'm not good with the dates, but it ends about 1954, mid-50s, I think. And it's basically that story of like, it's I don't want to say a coming of age story because that doesn't sound right, but I don't know. It's kind of that thing of like exploring your identity and what it means, and being constricted by like societal expectations, and also living up to that expectation of like familial or like a duty, being duty bound. It's very much that kind of thing, exploring that. But I think it is very relevant to like the times now. I really do. I think there's themes in there that it's a mirror to today, regardless of like time period. It's actually funny, when I first wrote it, I think it was about 2012 or 2013. I think it was 2013. I just got with my ex, I think, then 2013. It was actually set in modern day, and it was very much, that was definitely a coming of age story, because I kind of based it on my own my own life. One day I'll do a proper like interview on everything, but yeah, it was kind of my thing of coming out. It's morphed completely from that, so it's definitely not like copy and paste of that. So I have completely lost my train of thought now as well. Oh my god. But yeah, it's I think it's very relevant to our times. Just that thing of like labels, identity, classism, kind of like that thing of like why certain people get things and why other people kind of miss out on things, you know. It's very much like it is your mindset again. With all my stuff, I try and kind of have like a bit of an exploration of self and identity and spirituality and philosophy and all that thing, you know. That's kind of the basis of all my work, creative work, I suppose. So yeah, I don't know, I feel really awkward like promoting it, but so 2014, that's when I kind of finished draft, I think it was draft 5 at the time of that particular draft. I shopped it around, I sent it to the BBC Writers' Room and a couple of agents based in London, and I also got really good feedback from it. But because I wasn't really well known then, I kind of put it on the back burner. Hiccups. I put it on the back burner. I tried to kind of build up my name as an actor and filmmaker, and unfortunately, I think it was about 2015 or 16, I let a director that I know or knew, I don't have anything to do with him now, but yeah, I let him read it, and I think it was about 2 years after, so 2017 or something came out he put something out that was very similar, and I was like, oh god, you know. So that really put me off, like letting other people read like my stuff before I'd put it out, kind of thing. So it completely got pushed back, and then Nexus was kind of born and Theo's site, that was 2020. No, it wasn't. No, 2018. That's when I put my back out. So Nexus kind of took forefront for like novel writing, I suppose, and just writing in general. Then Theo's site, I don't think I really did anything after those. I might have done a short film, like writing, but yeah, so I picked everything back up around 2023, so that was a little bit of Nexus at the time, and also Between Two Wars. So I kind of started it, and then everything with Gaza kicked off, and that took a lot of my focus, and yeah, completely put me off like promoting the horror business, you know, the Horrified. And I think God, what year is this? 2024. That's when I connected with an American producer, lovely guy called Steve, based in Lexington, I think, out in the States somewhere. I don't know how we connected. I think it could have been on Facebook. I just set it up for the marketing business, and he asked to read my stuff. So we had a Zoom call, and I was like, I was quizzing him, and I was kind of very standoffish, you know, because I'm always dubious about like filmy people like wanting to read my stuff. I'm always like, especially after that guy stealing my story, and he's stolen friends' scripts as well. So if he ever crosses me again, you know, slander campaign, allegedly, speculatively. But yeah, so this lovely artist Steve asked to read my stuff. I was dubious, but I was like, do you know what have I got to lose? So I kind of sent him the premise, I think, the pitch of the story, and he really wanted to read it. So I sent it across, and then I didn't hear anything for months. I think I sent it like Christmas Eve 2024, and oh, I was panicking. I mean, there's grammar mistakes in that draft, I think, but I sent it. I didn't hear anything for months, and I was like, oh god, do I chase him? I don't really want to chase someone, read my stuff. And then I thought, oh my god, he's gonna steal the script. I really did. I thought it. I still don't know to this day if he's read it, but he did reply eventually, and he said, you know what, why don't you write the book version to go with it, or you know, we can package it as both. So yeah, that's how Between Two Wars, the novel, has been born, I guess. I don't know. How's that, literary agents? Does that give anything away? I don't know, but hey, I actually sent chapter 1 and 2. This was in June last year maybe. I sent them to David Hyam, who's a top literary agent and film writer agent here in the UK, and I got good feedback. I've always gotten good feedback from this story, but it just never seems to be the right time with people to pick it up. But I think how the world is at the minute, yeah, I think there's a need for it. There's something in there that's relevant for these times, I think. So if you are a literary agent, you know, feel free to get in touch. I don't know what I'm doing with the literary queries and things. So it's a funny thing being on TikTok, and I've already got a profile on TikTok. I just kind of use it to scroll like the news and see what's relevant in terms of like marketing and things. But I came across this live, so I had to send it to my new TikTok to try and catch the literary agent doing the live and answering questions and things. So I asked her a couple of questions, and I was a bit like, you know, I think there's a certain, oh god, it's gonna sound so like big-headed and ego-driven, but it's not meant to be that way. I think there's a caliber of like literary agents that I think will like it. But yeah, so I asked a few questions, and I don't think they were kind of answered, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, if you are a literary agent and you're open to reading a wartime lesbian love story, societal thing, yeah, feel free to drop a comment or email me. I don't know. Like I'm pimping myself out. But hey, it's so weird. And it's a weird thing, because writing is like my first love, even before everything else. You know, back when I was about 12 or 13, I knew I wanted to kind of do film, like script writing. And it's a funny thing, because my career guidance counselor, I scored really high on like the SAT tests, like really high, and he pulled me into the office and he was like, do you know what, you could do rocket science if you really wanted. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to, I just want to write films. maybe this is like the second attempt at actually sticking to that goal, dream, whatever, I don't know. How's that? I don't know for a video, but yeah, that's kind of between two wars in a nutshell. I am doing Nexus book 2, follow up to book 1, and yeah, it's a good one, but I definitely need to get that done, just because there might be opportunity to kind of promote the first book, like a opportunity now to promote it. So yeah, I need to get the follow-up done. There's a meme, you know, that thing of a writer who just finished a book and realised the writer hasn't written anything for years. That's very much me. I don't know, what else am I working on? Music, you know, I did say, yeah, I wanted to do more music. That's kind of what I'm doing. It's just kind of a hobby, keep me semi-sane, something to distract me from work. I just seem to be working a lot. But I do enjoy it. I love that freedom of like running my own business. I don't really like the stress that comes with it, but I'm kind of learning to love the stress that comes with it as well. It's not really stressful anymore. It was last year, so it's definitely on the turn for good, I think. Touch wood, maybe. I don't know. I think I've just rambled, but I don't know. Like I said in the last video, I don't know if I'll get around to doing like regular YouTube videos. I might try and structure the channel at some point, but I'll wait until I've moved, I think. If you do follow the channel and you've been supporting, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it. Maybe another thing, is this a rant? Shall we have a little rant to I don't know, make us feel at home? I don't know. But yeah, if you're It's because, so what's happened recently in the space of like 2-3 weeks, I've had my Gmail attempted hacked, my Instagram attempted hack when I first set it up, and then my new TikTok account. So it's just a bit weird. So it's not really like a warning, but it's more just because I know this guy wanted like a film deal, and he kind of pitched me his story and things, and I was like, I don't really do that, you know, and then asking me all this advice, and I said, you need to build up your portfolio. If it is that guy trying to hack my accounts and things, or I mean, I don't know how it happens, but yeah, for some reason people just have vendettas and projections and whatever else against me, and half the time I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know we had like a vendetta going, but hey ho, let's go. But yeah, if you are kind of hoping to hack my accounts or whatever, what do you expect to achieve? You know, I have thousands of followers on like some of my platforms and things, so I'm not overly attached to social media. It's not a big deal. I'm using it as a vehicle to kind of promote my creative work, but you know, you hack one account, I'll just set up another one. I don't know what you expect to achieve, or is it like that thing of like wanting to be, or like, I don't know, it's just a bizarre thing to me that it's bizarre for the fact that obviously you've spent that time kind of like, I nearly dribbled. You've spent that time like watching my stuff, and then what, trying to hack it? It's just it's a little bit, yeah, sad, to be honest. And you know, I've overcome PTSD, so if it's a thing of like spite and trying to kind of get some reaction from me, you know, you're not going to hurt me that way. I don't even know what it would take to actually hurt me at this point. You know, after years and years of whatever, you know, yeah, it'd take a lot to rattle my cage. Even if you like the devil incarnate and things. I don't want to will anything, but hey, I don't know, it just it cracks me up in one sense, because I'm thinking, oh my god, that person could be like bettering themselves. They could be spending their time like researching what they actually want to do, instead of fixating and trying to get revenge or whatever on a person. And I hands up, but I don't know what I've done to this person, other than I saw some toxicity, and yeah, I just, you have to have boundaries in life, you know. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling and things, but it's all good and well supporting people, but be discerning, because there are some people that would just literally, like I keep saying, you know, they're leechy people, like vampires. They will take the energy from you and drain you, and it's not even a conscious thing. I don't think people consciously do that. I think it's just this void that they can't fill themselves, so they latch onto people, especially anyone who's kind of acknowledged them. So yeah, just be mindful of that, especially if you're in that creative content creator space. Be discerning with your energy and things. Thankfully, you know, for the most part, most people support me or just kind of leave me alone to do my own thing. But occasionally I do get these, it's often men as well, it's such a funny one, but I often get these men who get fixated on me, and you know, I'm gay, I'm sorry, like, I can't change that. And you know, for the people who say, oh, you choose your sexuality and things, you don't really, and that's exactly why between two wars is needed in this day and age, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, it just baffles me. Thankfully I've got some mature male friends that respect my sexuality and things. It's these other ones that get fixated, that's kind of, it doesn't scare me at all. I've definitely dealt with worse in life. But yeah, for some reason they just fixate, and I'm not entirely sure why, because that just makes me resent them. And then I'm like, whoa, you know, get off. But I try not to be cruel. I can be very cruel, so I have to kind of be very mindful, just because I haven't got that I mean, it takes a lot to kind of rile me up, but when I get to that point, there's no stopping me, kind of thing. You know, I have that power, I suppose, to destroy. As creative as I am, I know it can be very destructive if needed. I think everyone has that in them, that kind of light and dark side to them. But if someone gets to that point where they've pushed me, you know, I might come across as ditzy and like really nice and sympathetic and empathetic and all that thing, and on certain days I am, but I am human as well, so I have my nihilistic days. And yeah, pacifist still pushed, I suppose. I don't know, but I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, I don't know what I can give to this person either. That's the thing. I can give advice on ways to kind of better themselves, but unless they take the action to better themselves, it's just, you know, talking into the void. And I'd rather spend my energy elsewhere, so that's it. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. So if you enjoyed this video, if you like what I do, who I am and all that thing, I mean, I don't care if you like me or not, that's the thing. Hopefully, like, you resonate with some of the stuff that I put out. But yeah, if you do, feel free to support the channel, like, share, subscribe. Guys, girls, non-binds, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind, and bye.